Hello, my friend. This is J.Garswa Yarmeto, your good old friend on Let's Find Out. Welcome to Africa Television 1, DukpaMedia, and Street Patrol. I am honored today to have with me in our little makeshift studio two distinguished gentlemen, Liberian young men who have the country at heart. They had their individual experiences as far as the 14th year of conflict is concerned. One of them was a refugee. For all of us, I mean, we're refugee, but specifically one of them was a refugee, Mr. Arnold Johnson, spent about between 15 and 16 years in Ghana as a refugee. He is not in the United States of America. He is the founder of Happy Hands Foundation. And the other gentleman is Mr. Abraham Hoff, who went through the difficulties like all Liberians, the war, and he too was privileged. In fact, he told me once upon a time that he could not afford during the war. I mean, nobody could afford, but him in particular couldn't even afford to get to school. He came to the United States above age. He had to go to special school, and he graduated, thank God. He enrolled at the Lincoln University. He graduated, and he became an author. He wrote a book, and the title of the book is Dreams of Our Forefathers. If we have the opportunity, we'll show you a copy of the book. Maybe not on this program today, but I'm excited because they are here with me in studio, and they will be sharing with you. I'd like for you to pay attention to them. What has inspired them, unlike other Liberians or other individuals who are traumatized as a result of the 14 or more than 14 years of civil war. These gentlemen did not allow the setbacks in their lives to prevent them from forging ahead. They love Liberia like you and myself, but they have a message for the Liberian people, Liberian youths, and the institution as a whole. I first would like to say hello to Mr. Abraham Hoff. AB, welcome to Let's Find Out.
Thank you, Mr. Yarmeto.
I'd like for you to, speak out a little bit.
Thank you, Mr. Yarmeto. I appreciate it.
You're most welcome. And Mr. Arnold Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Yarmeto. You're most welcome.
Starting with you, Mr. Johnson, let's just talk about Happy Hands Foundation. But before you begin to tell us about Happy Hands Foundation, give us a little background about yourself. Who exactly is Arnold Johnson?
Arnold Johnson was born November 6, 1966. Graduated from Samuel High School in the 80s and went to Ghana. And also Mr. Johnson has a degree in electrical welding and also has a certificate in basic social work and trauma healing.
Now, Mr. Johnson, you're not into welding, I suppose.
No.
But you've devoted your time to traumatic healing as a result of the Civil War. Tell us a little bit about your experience in the refugee camp Bujumbura in Ghana.
Actually, I was one of the first set of Liberians that went to Bujumbura camp in the early 90s. And during our time on the refugee camp, it was so horrible that we all were lying on the floor. I was first stay in Ghana during the September 3rd. We all came in September 3rd, 1990. And the refugee camp was very populated with about 22,000 Liberians at the time. And looking at the sanitation and health condition on the camp, it was beyond mere imagination. And that when Happy Hands came to being to see how best we can help clean the camp and help our brothers and sisters who want to go to school at the time. And Happy Hands came with a scholarship program in computer and basic education program through the Danish embassy, who have given us some money to also help with the sanitation process in Ghana at the time on the refugee camp.
In other words, you contributed or you helped to keep the refugee camp clean.
Help to keep the refugee camp clean.
Organize the refugees.
Organize the refugees.
Put them to work.
Put them to work.
And you kept the refugee camp clean.
Kept the refugee camp clean.
Mr. Abraham Hoff, let's turn to Ibi. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, well, just a humble man of God who fears God. I love God, but I was born in Liberia, born mines. to Mr. and Mrs. Edith and Abraham Hoff. I am approximately around 33 years old, 1977. But I'm blessed with a college degree for now, working on a master's degree at Rutgers. But before then, in Liberia,
Rutgers is the City University of New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about your, because when I was introducing you, I talked about selling boiled egg and water in a plastic bottle, and how you came to the United States when you were overaged and they had to send you to a special school from where you graduated, matriculated to Lincoln University. Share with us.
That started in Liberia, you know, especially that's why the youth are going through right now, cannot afford education to complete to go to school. No one is, as an ordinary citizen, no one is exempt from that. I went through that. Came a time I was in the 6th grade. I had a double promotion to go to the 7th grade at the time, but right within that, my uncle did not have the financial standing to send me to school, so I lost that promotion for that year. I ended up selling boiled egg and plastic bag in Monrovia from Waterside, Broad Street, when for a singer. And also I told fire code to people houses with the intent to help follow my education, and God bless me, I came to the U.S. When I came, I was overage again. Another trouble met me. So as a man who has a resilient spirit, never gave up. So my father too was disabled. And besides that, I couldn't go to a regular public school. I had to go to an alternative school in Newark at the time called Newark Vocational School, alternative school. Now it's a vocational school. There's a point system you work with and you graduate quicker. And I spent 2.5 years in school with that point system. Graduated first in the class as a valedictorian. Went to college 2001, 2004 of college year. I ran for SGA president and became the student government president in charge of 2,500 plus students. It's all blessings, and I give glory to God for that.
Talking about you being a youth for approximately 33 years, as you put it, I mean, it's an enormous achievement. You have a handsome resume. Now let's return to Liberia. What is the dream that you have for your country, having achieved from dusk to dawn, that which you've just elaborated? What is the vision that you have for your country as an enterprising young man and an academician, an author, if I may?
Yeah, so man, I want to see a lot of things for my country, and one of the things I did is to have my people informed. That's why I wrote the book called Dreams of our Forefathers, Thoughts on Building a Safer, Stronger Nation. That's what I want to see for our country, Liberia. I want to see a stronger nation, I want to see a safer nation, and I want to see a prouder nation. And in doing that, right now, we started an organization called Lead Organizing for Liberia, Lead Liberia. We just launched the first Patriotic Month in July, calling for patriotism, because I want to think we are lacking in the nation.
One of the things that I discussed with you in my first interview with you, I think it was in February or March of this year, you're advocating for free education in Liberia. That's one. And then you also frown on teachers who solicit sexual favor in order to give passing grades. You want to talk about that?
Yes. Being a stronger nation is part of the educational part. And that way, as a person who went through this level of not being able to pay for education, high school education in Liberia, I thought it wise, after God has blessed me, to go back and help and fight this cause, which is to appeal to the Liberian government to at least declare a free universal education. But right now, I know the government has passed a free read-from education art, and that is from ABC to 9th grade, but education is still not free. In fact, our organization providing scholarships for young people this September school year to go to school.
What about those teachers who are asking sexual favors?
And those teachers are asking students for sex in order to give them grades. That is very wrong. It's absurd, and I think the government should take a strong stand on that. And what I recommend, I think if a person caught sleeping with his or student, that person should lose his or license and should not be able to. If the second one, if a person caught sleeping with a minor or someone underage, that person should never go in the classroom. And apart from going in the classroom, that person should not work with any area that deals with children, because that person cannot be trusted with our children.
Mr. Abraham Hoff, now let's return to Mr. Johnson. Johnson, you are more or less, from my impression, is interested in the sanitation of Monrovia and Liberia. As a matter of fact, your organization, Happy Hands, is involved with clinic construction. You're building clinics and you're motivating people. What are some of those things that you're doing, and specifically, you know, what is it that you want to ensure you implement as a dream fulfilled?
Right now, Happy Hands Foundation in Liberia, Corwell, and we're trying to renovate a six-bedroom house clinic, and also looking at the sanitation aspect in Liberia. My dream right now is to see better health care and sanitation in Liberia. We need to improve. And looking at Happy Hand Foundation, for her point that we want to see how best we can work along with all the health institutions in Liberia to see how we can get a quality health care and also better sanitation work in Liberia. And Happy Hands Foundation right now undertaking a clinic in Corwell and also a clinic in number 3 compound in Buchanan. Hopefully, I'll be leaving for Liberia to go and see how best we can undertake the project in the short distant future to come for people to have the better health care in the two areas.
When you build these clinics in these areas, I'm sure people will flock, you know, for employment and as well as for medicine. Will you be providing free medical to the residents or the inhabitants of the region in which these clinics have been built?
Basically, we have the age range that we will be giving free medicine and free treatment. From the elderly age, from 60 upward, we're having a free treatment and free medicine. And for children from birth to 10, we'll be having free treatment and free medicine.
Yeah, and in addition to that, who would make up the bulk of the employees?
Actually, whatsoever we're going to build or construct a clinic, the employee will come from that settlement. What happens? We want to give that settlement or employment opportunity. We, number one, want to work along with the commissioner or the city mayor, whosoever that in that township, and see how best we can give that township residents the opportunity, job opportunity. They will have the first privilege on the job opportunity to come with Happy Hands Foundation project or programs. What
are you doing to raise funds for these projects while you are in the United States?
Right now, we have a program coming on October 29, which with the Latino American Institute, we're having a program coming on. We want to raise about $10,000 to see how best we can undertake this project back home. And I'm also networking with the village volunteer, which they also willing to work along with Happy Hands Foundation to see how best they can set our products back home, material and equipment back home through the effort of them. And also in March 19 next year, we'll be having a big fundraising.
Next year, meaning 2012.
2012, we'll be having a big fundraising program for our holistic program in Liberia, because by 2016, Happy Hand Foundation should be all over in the various counties and territory of Liberia.
Mr. Johnson, it was a pleasure talking to you. And Mr. Abraham Hoff, it's also been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
Once again, my good old friend, this is as they call him, the Paps, J.Garswa Yarmeto, Street Patrol. Let's find out. This, I remember, you name it, Africa Television 1 and DukpaMedia Inc., USA. Until then, please join us every day, 24/7. Just check on the links on your browser. Click on any of those, and you'll be surprised. We may even have some sporting news for you. Focus on Africa, Africa A to Z. We all prepare to bring them to you. You have a pleasant viewing time. Bye-bye.